Hi there, my name's Fallon Hayes. I'm an environmental scientist and my research interests are in sustainable agriculture and conservation. So today I will be teaching you a little bit about an invasive species in North America called garlic mustard. So garlic mustard grows on a biennial cycle, which means it kind of has two different life stages. So in year one, it has these kidney-shaped leaves that have rounded edges and they're more close to the ground, so they don't grow as tall. And then in year two, you have these taller plants, which can grow up to 1 meter in height, and they have jagged-edged leaves. In color, they can vary from a light green color like this to more of a dark green color, and they have white flowers that start to come out in early to late spring. Garlic mustard is actually an invasive species in North America. Its native habitat has a very large range. That ranges from Europe all the way over to China and down into Africa. So it has a huge native range across the globe. In the 1800s, when European settlers came to Canada and the United States, they brought over garlic mustard as a culinary plant and for its medicinal purposes. So garlic mustard can actually be eaten and has been shown to be cultivated for over 2,000 years. Garlic mustard has a garlicky taste and smell. So what you can do is if you crush up the leaves and you kind of rip them apart, you can smell a garlicky smell to them. It's very faint, not as potent as something you might get from the grocery store. You can actually use garlic mustard in many different kinds of foods, so you can substitute it for garlic or actually put it in like a salad or in a pesto. The leaves have very high vitamin concentrations that are good for us. However, native species of insects and herbivores actually don't really like to eat garlic mustard. It's unpalatable for them, right? It's foreign, they didn't adapt to eat garlic mustard, so they don't have the ability. So that's why it's bad. So if you come over here, you can see I'm just in a park in Durham region, Ontario, and you can see all of this here is all garlic mustard. So it's incredibly invasive. As you can see here, the leaves have low levels of predation, right? They haven't really been eaten by anything because nothing likes to eat them, and can be poisonous to certain pollinators. So it's not a good plant to have around, and the problem is that it has become naturalized in North America. So all over Eastern Canada and the United States, you can see garlic mustard all over the place. So people don't know that it's invasive because if you're just walking down in a park, it's literally everywhere. So the best thing to do is if you have time, you can pull it out before it seeds. After it seeds, pulling it out can become a problem because you help to spread the seeds. But if you just pull it out from the ground, you can see that it has these thick root systems, and these can actually be used to make horseradish. So the whole plant pretty much is edible, but I just want to say that before you do think about eating it, make sure that you are 100% sure about the identification. So do your research before you decide to put it on your dinner plate. But later on I'll be showing you, we're going to make some dishes with garlic mustard as well as we're going to make horseradish out of the roots. Okay, so I encourage you guys when you're walking your local parks, I know a lot of us are taking walks right now. If you see garlic mustard, especially this time of the year, just pull it on out. It will usually come out with its root intact, but if not, that's okay. We're just trying to reduce it as much as possible. Yeah, so then we're gonna collect this and actually take this home. If you are disposing of it, make sure that you dispose of it in the garbage can. Do not put it in the green bin, because if there are seeds or if the roots do remain intact, then it can regrow and populate somewhere else wherever that soil ends up. Anyways, so as we go through this park today, I'll kind of walk you through and show you just how prolific garlic mustard is, and it's everywhere. Even as we pass by people's lawns, we'll also see it. Yeah, so I'll just continue to pull some of these out, and then I'll show you more as we walk along. Okay, so I was over there. I've walked a little bit further, and look at this. All of this is garlic mustard. As you can see, it takes over the understory. There's not really many native plants that can survive with the ground covered so much. So as you can see again, it has this like jagged to kind of rounded tooth pattern, and it's very veiny. And this is what the flower buds look like. So I'm going to try and pull out some of this, but as you can see, there really is a lot. So it'll take a lot of action and a lot of diligence from the whole community to make a real difference in the population. So as I'm gathering the garlic mustard, you can see how thick the taproot is. Later on today, I will try to make some horseradish out of it and give you guys an update on what it actually tastes like. Here we go. So we have walked down the street out of the forest and boom, what do we have here? More garlic mustard. Here's our haul of garlic mustard. As you can see, there's so much here. We've picked many plants, but haven't even made a dent in the amount that is currently living. So it just goes to show you, there's a lot of food here. That's often the best way to reduce populations. Something is to eat it. So we're gonna fry this up now and let you know what it tastes like. And we're gonna make some horseradish out of these thick roots. Here's my cleaning station. So you take the leaves off of the garlic mustard. So the best time to harvest and eat garlic mustard is in the spring. Once it gets hot outside, the leaves tend to get a little bit more bitter. So you take the stems off. You can't really eat those, but you can eat the leaves. And then here we have some of the roots that I've taken off and washed in water. And even if you smell them, they already smell like horseradish. All right, so let's keep going and I'll show you guys when we're done. Here we go. So this is all of the root that we gathered that we're going to make horseradish out of. And this is all of the leaves. Created quite a bit. Alright, so here we have all of the garlic mustard root that we have harvested, and now we're going to make horseradish out of it. So, the ingredients for horseradish are really simple. You just either blend or grate the horseradish, and then you add a teaspoon of table salt, and either a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar or regular vinegar or whatever vinegar you have is fine. And that's really it. So we'll whip this up now and then we'll show you the results and do a taste test. So it turns out that using the smaller, like the thinner roots that are thin like this, or kind of just the end of the thick roots is better because they're more tender. They're not so stringy or tough as the top of the big roots are. So yeah, so I think maybe just cutting off and using the bottom might be better than using the thick part of the bigger roots. So this is what it looks like. Everything's ground. We put it into a big bowl to mix now. So we're gonna mix 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and a teaspoon of salt. So here we have our finished product, our garlic mustard horseradish. Here we go. Dad, you're gonna try it. He's an expert. He's made horseradish before in the traditional way.
It is very nice. It turned out very well. I love got a full body taste. It's got a nice flavor to it. It's got a tiny little bit of zing to it. Good job.
All right, so now on to the next one. We are going to use the garlic mustard leaves and we are going to make a pesto. So here you can see we've ground up the leaves, and for the pesto we're just going to add some olive oil, some salt and pepper, and then throw this on some pasta. Okay everybody, so we finished the pesto. Here we go, made out of the garlic mustard, and it is really good. It is a little bit bitter though. I know before I made everything, a lot of people have said that garlic mustard often can be bitter, so that's something to keep in mind when you're cooking. I had a little bit of honey and sugar, and that kind of evened it out. So yeah, I hope you guys can help get rid of some invasive species and have a good meal while you're at it. For garlic mustard, I got a whole bunch of burrs in my hair. If you guys didn't know, the inspiration before Velcro was burrs. So there you go.